Let's have some fun. Let us have some fun. Yes, I will search my library for a land card. Thank you very much. What land card do I want though? I have so many. I will go with that one. Why not? Good game. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today is gonna be another Out Brawl episode. Now, before we begin, I'm gonna say something very quickly. I had to change the winning commander. I could not build a Nobeka deck that worked. I played like 60 games with that card, with that commander, and I could not make that work. I apologize for that, but actually KEFKA works pretty well. So I'm pretty sure KEFKA is a better choice either way. Nobeka 1, I don't really know why, but yeah, so if I can, eventually I will bring a Nobeka deck as well, but can't promise that either because I don't want to touch that deck again. Anyways, let's start with this deck and this fantastic commander that is KEFKA Court Mage. It's a human wizard and it reads: whenever KEFKA enters or attacks, each player discards a card, then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. Now this is a lot of words just to say that KEFKA hits the battlefield, you discard a card, your opponent discards a card, and if they're two different card types, you draw two cards. That's it. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So what you want to do with this deck is basically control the situation. As you can see just by looking at this, we have a lot of ways of ramping up, which is extremely important. Arcane Signet, Guardian Idol, Cold Steel Heart, Mind Stone, Solar Transformer, the Iron Crag. Let me see, we also have Dark Ritual, Pro Mox. Baral isn't ramping, but it makes instant and sorcery spells cost 1 less, and as you can see, we have 18 instants and 12 sorceries, so pretty decent. Same with the Midnight Clock. We also have the Celestas, Worn Power Stone. Vivi can count as that, but Vivi will also be a finisher. Same as Baral, we also have Origin that will make things cheaper. So we have a lot of ways of making our big spells like Rise of the Dark Realms, Lord Xander, Cruel Ultimatum. What a card, man. Virtue of Persistence, Breach of the Multiverse, Bolas Citadel, Liliana Dreadhorde General, you know, spells like that. We have a lot of ways of casting them much earlier than usual, let's put it that way. Then what we also have is ways of controlling the board, like with counters. For example, 3 steps ahead, counter spell, mana drain, Drawn in the Lock that serves it's a multi-purpose tool in the way that it counters and destroys creatures, and Wash Away obviously, but this one is a little bit more situational unless you want to pay the cleave cost, which, like I showed earlier, it's not that difficult with this deck. Also, we have a bunch of removal, Fatal Push, Unholy Heat, Lightning Bolt, Bitter Triumph, Shoulder Edict, Abrade, Mitsuk Massacre is a board wipe, Toxic Deluge is a board wipe, Lilian of the Veil forces your opponents to sacrifice creatures, Brotherhood's End can serve as a board wipe, Flame of Vanor, I can deal 5 damage to target creature, Prismary Command 2 to any target, Spell the Profane, another board wipe in Damnation, you can exile creatures with Mindbreak Trap, Ill-Timed Explosion can just be card drop, but it can also be a board wipe, you know, usually you want to play it that way. Virtue of Persistence will help you kill something before helping you go into the graveyard and get creatures. And then you have Cruel Ultimatum that forces the opponents to sacrifice a creature. It's a creature of their choice, but you usually play this, you know, in a way that makes sense. Then you have Endwalker, Fear of Missing Out, let's see more, Stock Up, Black Market Connections, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and Treasure Cruise to draw a lot of cards. With Kefka, obviously, the Celestis can also draw cards, Cruel Ultimatum draws cards, Ill-Timed Explosion draws cards. Like I said before, you have a lot of ways of doing a lot of things. Then you have Protection, Lava Spur Boots, Swiftfoot Boots, Cyclonic Rift. It's not a counter, but I'll put it here just because it's a way of protecting your board. Basically, you have Reanimate to go to the graveyard, you have Emetelch to go to the graveyard as well, you have Dollhouse of Horrors to go to the graveyard, obviously Breach the Multiverse, Rise of the Dark Realms. You know, like, this deck is super complete. I'm afraid I'm not doing it enough justice. I really think you should watch the gameplay. Let me just rearrange this and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. Like I was saying, I really think you should watch the gameplay. That's gonna really make you understand what this deck is capable of. You will be surprised about the amount of crazy things this deck can do. We're running 38 lands, so no land problems this time. I think you're gonna see that throughout the games, and I think that's why the deck works so well. So let me know down in the comments if you guys try this deck, what changes would you make, what direction would you take Kefka Court Mage into, and yeah, let's get in some games. Okay guys, so like I'm sure I said in the intro or something, this is the first time this happened, but I had to change the winning commander. I was playing with the Obeka, that one, but I could not for the life of me get a single win with that deck. Honestly, I'm sure I built it terribly, which is why I thought, well, let me go to the interwebs and find something better that I can, I don't know, maybe build on or something, but couldn't do it. So Kefka was the one that came in second, and that's exactly what we are going to do right now. We're going to Kefka our life away. So let's hope this one's a little bit better. At least I'm going to Watery Grave and pay 2 life because, let me think. Discard and draw. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put Fear of Missing Out. I was going to Brainstorm, but I have time to do that, so I'm gonna Fear of Missing Out. I'm going to discard one of these lands. I think I'll discard that one. It's completely indifferent now that I actually think of it, but that's cool. That's actually a pretty good draw, especially when you have a 7 drop in your hand already. Okay, Rosy Cotton. This what, protects? No, puts counters. Yep. I had this card on my Aragorn deck or something like that. Okay, so that sucks. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I could actually play Kefka already. Unless I really screwed the pooch here. Pretty sure I could do that. Yep. Take the mountain out. Let's see what our opponent does, because he only has 2 cards in his hand either way. So that is gorgeous. That is beautiful. Okay, Voice of Victory. Can't really do anything. And guess what? I have blockers. So I'm gonna put an island. We could Ill-Timed Explosion, but I think I kinda wanna wait, you know. He has no cards in hand, so I would be the only one to discard things. I think I'm just gonna pass. I'm not gonna attack. I could, but I'm not going to. Discarding is not bad, but he will just take 4. I think I'll rather pass and see what he does. He only has 2 cards there, so this really does nothing. Come on, don't tell me I've played like 3 games before starting recording. 2 or 3 games, and our opponents were here for the games, but now I start recording and our opponent decides to take a little break. Sometimes you need to take a little break, you know? Okay. Next turn I'll definitely ill-timed explosion. I don't know why my Alexa just started going off, but I'm fine with that. Okay, so I gotta make sure I okay. Why can't I play that? Oh, because of Voice of Victory. Yeah, I always forget that Voice of Victory does that. That is very interesting, right? So I don't want to lose KEFKA, but I don't think I have another chance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's see, because I might get a. Of course, I didn't. Okay, so but at least we gotta reanimate, right? So I will put Midnight Clock that I won't be able to play this turn and a Breach the Multiverse. And I will ill-timed explosion, taking out the Liliana, which kind of sucks. Oh, I forgot about it's 2, so 4, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I had to. I will. Let me see. Voice of Victory. I only have 5, but our opponent doesn't really have anything. Okay, so I'm gonna let him do that because, or better yet, I'm gonna let KEFKA go to my command zone instead of just staying in the graveyard and let me reanimate it. Mainly because why not? You might not believe it, but trust me, it's a very good reason. Also, drown in the lock or whatever can be very helpful. I'm thinking, like, do I have anything that I want to reanimate for now? Proliferate, but there's nothing. I could reanimate that. I don't really create a lot of tokens, and I don't have. No, I think I'm gonna wait. I have no reason to do anything. I can counter our opponent's commander. I can put a counter on Midnight Clock. So, well, actually the Proliferate would be good there. I forgot about that. Is this the one that forces a discard? No, it creates tokens. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. Let's see what it does. What card? Okay, I will take 4, no worries. I'll most likely just breach the multiverse next turn, why not? Well, if I have the mana for that. I didn't do the math, so I guess I'm just assuming I will have the mana for that. Which always works out perfectly, as you know. Well, see? Also, I can reanimate some other creature, which is great. So, from my it's perfect, and I could Elspeth as well. First Wombat, Ophiomancer is very good. You know what? I will Elspeth. Why not? I'm gonna start a little. Wait, actually, I will also Ophiomancer. I'm gonna start a little token army, and we got the win. That was gonna be crazy, like Elspeth, Liliana, all of them just going crazy with tokens. Our opponent would be dead in a couple turns with his own strategy, that would be amazing. Oh, that would be so good. Well, we got the win. KEFKA didn't really show off his full power, but a win's a win. The deck performed pretty well. Let's get into another one. Okay, our opponent took a little too long to get ready. Well, no good name ever. Not your fault, I get it. Yeah, I'll keep this. Not great, but we'll go get a Xander's Lounge, I guess that's the name. Yep. We'll get red and blue. We'll put that and that, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, we just got the other one, the other color that we needed, because this can only tap for one color at a time, right? So okay, so Pawn Prophet, Clement to Worryworth, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be one of those decks that just wants to put things in and out, in and out, in and out. So let's see if our opponent plays his commander. I have a wash away really ready for you. No. Unfortunately, he did not. So I'll surveil because I don't want that. I kinda want the... Yeah, those are instant, so I'm good. I kinda want the black and the blue. I could have had 5 mana available this turn, but I would rather surveil. I'll try and Prismari command, and if our opponent has anything, I will just wash away. Now we cannot Prismari command, but not gonna complain about that one. I will though Origin, just to have a blocker here and something to make, you know, to force our opponent to focus on. I don't know if that's a sentence, but there you go. Okay, that's not an artifact, so I can't really do anything about that. Let's go with that. No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't even understand why that's a choice, to be completely frank with you guys. I'm gonna take God of War. I know it's helpful, but see, nothing's lost there. I will go get something that will allow me to Prismari command. I kinda don't want to lose more life, but at the same time I kinda don't care. I'll get the steam vents, so I can do... I can wait, you know. Let's see what our opponent has. So, Faceless Agent. Two Faceless Agents. I might draw in this card, or try to, and create a treasure. Our opponent has a counter, he has a counter, there's not a lot I can do. Okay, so I'll take that and that out. Drawn in the lock is actually pretty good. Ooh, okay, so that's something. And I can transform this already. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try and transform it. Okay. So it's tapping that. Why? I mean, I know why. I get it. Still gonna draw the cards. So I still got an activation out of it, so it's not that terrible. Plus next turn I can just... Okay, so he's not gonna use that? That's crazy, man. That is actually crazy. Or can he? Oh, he can, because now his creatures tap for mana, so he can actually do that. Huh, tap for mana. That's me. Sorry, sometimes I'm like this. Just ignore me for the most part and you'll be fine. You can do that, no worries. Honestly, you really can. So first I'm going to attack. I'm going to force our opponent to use that ability if he wants. Okay, I don't think he does. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. There we go. I don't particularly care about that, to be fair. Let me think. I will try and do this for 3. Just to see what our opponent does. I still have a counter in my hand, so... And if not, I still have ill-timed explosion. Good game, good game. We got the win. And more important than that, I would say, we saw KEFKA Ruler of Ruin for the first time, and the amount of card advantage this card actually gives us. Pretty happy with the win. This frog deck is, you know, when it goes off, it really does go off, because it has a lot of little synergies. It's a little bit control-y, it's a little bit token creation-y, it's a little bit go-wide-y, card draw-y, you know, so it's a little bit of everything, but we managed to secure the win. So we had other responses, even if the Mythic Massacre didn't hit the battlefield. Plus we could just counter with this beautiful Fun in the Lock, I don't know how you pronounce it. So we were pretty solid for the most part, but yeah, pretty good. Let's get into another one. Took me a little while to start recording, but here we are. This is very dangerous. We all know what our opponent will do in the first couple of turns, which is ramp, but we have a Brotherhood's End that will most likely help us a little bit, or at least that's what I hope, because a lot of the ramping that people can do in this game is mana rocks. So if our opponent plays 2 or 3, I will just do what I have to do and just play Brotherhood's End, because Pentlaza can go nuts pretty quickly. Ill-timed explosion is actually very good, and I'm not really gonna complain about that one, so I will just go with that. Because with that we're gonna create some tokens and maybe draw some cards or create some creatures. I didn't go with the Celestas because of the Brotherhood's End. Yeah, that's considering Pentlaza is also green, that's another way of so I think I'm gonna go with all of them. Our opponent must think I'm insane. I never said I wasn't, so there you go. I can already KEFKA actually. So you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna take out the Celestas maybe. Yeah, the Celestas. It's an artifact. So 2 more cards. And the Sheoldred. That's actually fantastic. So Watley for a basic land card. Jesus, that's not pretty. Exile or return. Okay, so we can kill that pretty easy. I'm just going to create a treasure here. I mean, we can try and kill that. Pretty easy. That's what I meant. I think I'm gonna midnight clock first and foremost. Why? Don't know. Because now I'm going to attack with both, or try to at least. Okay, so swords to plowshares. We can counter. I don't think our opponent has any way of dealing with that. And we can attack with both. I'll discard the watery grave now, which, don't get me wrong, is very helpful, but we have card draw and a lot of mana, so, and we got another one. Yeah, I think I'll kill this. I don't see him actually doing anything, so, like blocking, you know, so I think that's safer for us. Now we have a Liliana that can easily take out Pentlaza. Okay, so Tribute to the World Tree, it's not terrible. It could be much worse. Oof, and we just got that, so that's oh, I don't even know what to do. So Vivi first, Bitter Triumph. I'll I'll even pay 3 life, man. That was great. That was fantastic. And to think I've wasted so much time playing with Obek and trying to make that work. God damn it. I played, I'm not gonna exaggerate, like 50, 60 games. I must have lost. If I played 60, I've lost 50, you know? That was crazy. KEFKA has been the exact opposite, like much more balanced. I've lost a couple before started the shooting, but right now we're talking 3 for 3. So Plus is appearing easily, you know, in an easier fashion. Vivi is doing, it's also appearing, I don't know if in the videos that we've seen, but today I know that I've won a game because of Vivi at least. So pretty good, man. Can't really complain. We always play a little fast and loose with the black market connections, but that's what this deck wants to do. With Shieldred, we can afford to lose some life because we'll be drawing with KEFKA, we'll be drawing with black market connections, we'll be drawing with the ill-timed explosion, we'll be drawing with everything basically. But pretty decent, can't complain. Let's get into another one. Oh, I'm sure I said this in the intro as well, but this week, and I know this video came out on Thursday if I'm not mistaken, but this week we're gonna have 2 Out Brawl episodes because last week I couldn't because of the Obeka crap. And yeah, I can keep this. Yeah, I can keep it. It's not great, but at least we have a wash away for Raffaellos. Like I was saying, because of the Obeka thingy, we will have 2 Out Brawl episodes this week, and I will try one. It's so heavy, but I will keep. I cannot for the life of me say no to a Bolus Citadel. I will try and record another because we had the. Oh right, he started. So forget everything I said about anything. In that case, there's no point in doing anything. I'm just gonna go get. Well, I can go get the Undercity sewers. We have pretty much all the mana we need, so let me surveil again. Yep, that's a good one. I'm gonna try and get you guys also what's it called? Standard deck, another one. So that seems pretty good, right? Yeah, I will Damnation, and it's gonna feel so good. So I'll do this first and foremost. I will join this card. Unholy Heat. That's not terrible. Rise of the Dark Realms is fantastic, especially considering I have a Damnation. I don't want to bolus a Citadel. I don't want to lose that. Unfortunately, that's the only thing I can do. Now let's see the damage from the Mossborn Hydra, because that's gonna be crazy, I'm sure. Chroma's Memorial. And they have... what? Protection from black and from red. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. I can't even do anything. I can't even do it. Oh, that worked. Oh, I didn't think that was going to work. I'm going to be completely honest with you, because they have protection from black. But I always forget that protection means targeted things, not just random creatures. Targeted things. I could do that. I will delve. How many do I need? All 4? Yeah, so I need all 4. I don't know why they allowed this to happen. Okay, so now we have a Bitter Triumph in hand. We have a Stock Up. We have a Baral. That's going to be very helpful. Bitter Triumph doesn't really do anything. But Baral, Stock Up. Right now, I'm not like ridiculously scared, you know, but I think what I need to do is Baral, Stock Up, and we'll see what happens next. Toxic Deluge is actually pretty good, so I'm gonna go with Toxic Deluge and Thundering Falls. And we'll play a Thundering Falls and Surveil. How much mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But everything costs 1 less because of Baral. So, oh, but I'm gonna lose it there. So, okay, I'll keep that. And considering that's targeted, will not do that. No. So I don't know why they don't have haste, right? Oh, they do. Jesus. Yeah, I'll definitely need a Toxic Deluge. I don't know why I didn't think the Toxic Deluge for 4. That sucks. That really does suck. I'm gonna take out Notion Thief. So what I'm trying to do now is Toxic Deluge for 4, and then whenever possible just Rise of the Dark Realms. And hopefully hopefully we will be able to oh, I can KEFKA? Yeah, I don't mind. I'll KEFKA. I have no idea what our opponent has, but I will discard the Wash Away. Well, actually no, I'll discard the Bitter Triumph because there's nothing I can do there. Yeah, this enters tapped, so if our opponent plays Rofellos, I'll just Wash Away. Oh, I can't, right? I'm an idiot. I always forget that. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, so... let's have some fun. Let us have some fun. Yes, I will search my library for a land card. Thank you very much. What land card do I want though? I have so many. I will go with that one. Why not? Good game. I will attack. Yes, I will. I will take... That was beautiful, man. That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous, bro. I'm sorry, but that was beautiful. We ended up with 2 life. We basically didn't do anything except trying to kill our opponent's creatures. I completely forgot about the protection being like targeted only and not board wipes or something like that. We went down to 2 life. Luckily, we got a creature with reach and a creature with flying. thanks to the beautiful rise of the Dark Realms. Like, it's just crazy work, man. I have no idea what our opponent had, but I was gonna take the Bolus Citadel because I could not afford to lose. Well, actually I could because of the Platinum Angel, but he's killable, you know, so couldn't really afford, so I would lose this legendary artifact and just go to town next turn, hopefully. But it was a pretty good win. I think I'll try and play one more, but we'll see. If not, if you don't see any more games after this one, you'll see just a regular final thoughts screen as usual instead of the continuation of this last screen here. But yeah, let's see what happens next. So, Captain Bastard, I think. Oh, that's not bad actually. I'm gonna keep it, you know. On turn 2 I can play Arcane Signet, Lava Spore Boots, and then on turn 3 if you're missing out, we will get lands. So I'm good. I think I'll keep it. So I'll start with that one. I could have went with this tap, but why not? You don't need to crack it. It taps for mana now. It's not the mana you want, but it's still mana. Jeez, man. People sometimes are very ungrateful. Obviously I'm just. So I will Arcane Signet actually. I was kinda like not knowing what to do. I will definitely Arcane Signet. Hopefully we will get something that doesn't really matter. I mean, I like Notion Thief, but I think that's a good card to discard at this point of the game at least, and we can always try and bring it back after. Okay, so I can go with that. Yeah, why not? Why not? We could Alana in Elena, that's true, but we also have Fel the Profane to try and kill Alana and Elena, so not everything is terrible, right? So let's see what our opponent does first. Ubi Deading Tracker, okay. I don't mind that. And Cunning Coyote. Okay, I definitely do not mind that. I will just pay 1 life and I'm going to get another blue source. Considering I have an Arcane Signet, I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just gonna do this, attack, you know, just chilling here. Probably try and counterspell the Alana and the lane if possible. I will not counterspell the Coyote. So there we go. Counterspell. I would much rather have a mana drain instead of a counterspell, but because that would give me more mana next turn. Maybe we could have enough for a Cruel Ultimate. We wouldn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's 7. We wouldn't. You guys know that on this channel we don't believe in that. So you know that. That's not news for you. Do not pretend that it is. So let us see what our opponent does. Hey, I'll definitely take a Damnation. I'm just gonna try and KEFKA here. I will take out the Fel the Profane to see if I can actually draw 2 and maybe draw another land. Because we have a Damnation, so it's a little bit easier for us. Yeah, that's good. Not gonna complain about that one, you know. Just attacking with the fear of missing out. I doubt there's any blocks or maybe a combat trick, you know, some combat shenanigans. Maybe that will happen, but I don't mind losing fear of missing out. I'm much more worried with losing KEFKA than fear of missing out for sure. Okay, so there we go. What is he going to do? Only attacking with the 5/5, obviously. We could block because we're... I mean, are we going to Damnation? Are we not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we are. So I'm just gonna block. We are definitely going to Damnation, so why not? Move your commander to... yes. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. I will attack first and foremost. Let's see what our opponent does. Most likely just take it. And now we'll just Damnation. Take care of the entire board, and we will have 7 mana, so we could actually play KEFKA next turn again. I do not know if I should Prismari command, you know, because I can draw 2 then discard 2, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. This card annoys me though. I think killing this thing here might be a good thing. So let's see. Maybe I'll even create a treasure so I can then... Nah, I'd rather join this card. Let's see. Hey, maybe our opponent has something to prevent the Dragon Sniper to, you know, die, but he's just wasting resources, man. So I'm not really gonna complain about that one. Okay, so he did not. And I will discard the 2 lands we just got, obviously, because why not? That is perfectly fine. Return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, draw 3 cards, then gain life. Do I want something from here? Nothing really, so I'm just gonna go with that. I'll take out the Drown in the Lock. Even though it's very helpful, I'll do that. We just drew 2 cards, that was fantastic. Fortunately, no land, so, you know, that happens. Our opponent has something in hand, or else you would have probably leveled up the Innkeeper. So that is kind of weird. I will try and Fatal Push most likely. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. I'm gonna decline now and I will Cruel Ultimatum just because he did that to me. And I am vindictive. So let's go get KEFKA. Draw a bunch of cards, gain some life, and just pass turn for now. So whatever our opponent plays, we can deal with. I think we might even win next turn. I'm going to Lightning Bolt our opponent to the face. I'm going to play that. I'm going to play KEFKA for its original cost. I'll discard the Fatal Push. Why not? Who cares? Go with the Lava Spore Boots, and we got the exact 5 we needed. I'm gonna take out that one. Who cares? Again. And we got the win. That was goddamn perfect, man. That was very, very good. Okay, so that's our actual final game. Our opponent was very minus screwed. I'm not gonna lie, like we had a double the amount of land plus an Arcane Signet. Our opponent had half and cost reducer. We were stacked with removal and card draw and stuff like that. Next turn we could have paid the 8 mana and transform KEFKA again, so that would have been fantastic, but we got the win before that. What to say about KEFKA, man? This deck works pretty well. This card is goddamn crazy. It's a fantastic control deck that can, you know, it gains a lot of advantage. It's not just a control deck. You gain a lot of advantage by the fact that you make your opponents discard. You draw a lot of cards. Usually, right now in our hand, we had card draw, we had token creation, board wipes, we had land, you know, so the deck works pretty well, especially in comparison with Obeka. I think Obeka was probably the worst deck I have ever built in my life. Very happy I don't have to deal with that. Sorry for having to change. This is the first time I do that. I really couldn't figure out what was wrong with the deck. Pretty sure that's a me problem, but still, I'm very happy that that KEFKA worked out much better. Let me know if you guys tried this KEFKA deck. Let me know if you had any success with it or if you changed a lot of things or not. This was the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for the support. We are on 288 subs, which is pretty good. We still have a couple days to gain the 12 final subs to get to 300. That would be amazing, as you guys know. I will bring you another all-out brawl deck, as I already said throughout the video as well this week. So this week we'll have at least those two, plus the video that came out, I think on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. That was standard, and I will try, I won't promise you that, but I will try to bring you another standard deck tag. So let's see if I can make this a 4 video week. I will also start uploading some more shorts. They will also go from my TikTok and from my Instagram. So if you like to consume your short form content there, please don't forget to follow me on my socials. And yeah, I guess that's it. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Really hope you enjoyed the deck, and I'll see you on the next one.